Hi, my name is Daryl, and I took Amy's capital raising course on LinkedIn, and I learned many valuable tips. I learned how to optimize my profile, improve my content, and increase my reach. If you want to know the details of LinkedIn, Amy will definitely show you how and how to optimize them. What she teaches over her course over the next 6 weeks works. Just ask for previous students, including myself, right? You may not be comfortable posting on a platform of which you used to know it as a platform where you only congratulate people for getting a promotion within their current company or when they change jobs to what it is today, which is really a business content platform. Following Amy's steps, I've been able to book many investor calls during my time throughout the course and converted some of those to actual investors. So I highly recommend her course, not only for capital raising, but also for your LinkedIn journey. This is a long-term game that you're investing in. So go out there, have fun, get working.
Raising capital for real estate investors. Welcome to another solo episode. I'm excited to have you here. And for those who don't know me, because the podcast is growing, my name is Amy Silvis. I am the founder and CEO of Silvis Capital, and I love to help people raise capital for their real estate deals. I have raised millions and millions of dollars from complete strangers for my real estate deals off of LinkedIn. And I think it's so much fun to help people in our industry learn how to raise capital, whether you're a beginner, an intermediate, or an expert just looking to level up your game. This is the right place to be. So, today's episode, we're going to talk about AI and the use of VAs on LinkedIn. This is a hot topic. And if you're anything like everyone else in the industry, you maybe say, oh my goodness, anything I can do to be more efficient, effective with, using technology, sign me up, right? Of course. And AI, large language models, all of those things can be such great resources and so much that we do. So, what about doing lead generation and finding investors on LinkedIn? How can we do that? What are some of the pitfalls? We're going to talk about all of that today. And so, first thing I want to do is start off by saying, look, I am not a Luddite. I think I think AI is fantastic and I use it in terms of lead generation, but I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the guardrails, some of the red flags, some of the things, the pitfalls that you may fall into, and some of the great use cases as well. So, first and foremost, if you are raising capital for real estate deals, you know or should know that trust is everything. And this AI thing is a little bit new. And let's put ourselves in our investors' shoes. Are we going to trust interactions with a person, or are we going to trust interactions with AI or technology more? The answer's obvious. You want to know that you're talking to a person. So if you're starting off a relationship on LinkedIn or social media with someone, either in some sort of automation or some sort of AI, or AI pretending to be you or writing what you're doing, or a VA pretending to be you, you're not starting off on the right foot with investors. And people are looking when they're just getting to know you and deciding whether or not hands off real estate investing is for them. They're looking for reasons to discount you or to not work with you. They're starting off with, hey, I'm skeptical. What are some of the things or red flags that I'm seeing that should say, I'm going to move on. I'm going to go invest with somebody else or discard this space altogether. So AI can be one of those things, and we can debate whether it should be or whether it shouldn't be. But if people are getting the spidey sense that either it's not you talking to them and it's AI or it's a VA, you're really, really setting yourself backwards. So I just want to start off with that framework. And that doesn't mean we shouldn't use AI, but I think it's just really, really important. I am still seeing in this space, and I know if you're listening to this podcast, I'm preaching to the choir, but I'm still seeing in this space very, very obvious AI comments, AI content, AI DMs. And it's just kind of, oh gosh, you're really, really ruining your chances to develop relationships because we're in the relationship game. Anyone that tells you any different is really, selling you a bill of goods. So, how can we use AI? What does that look like? Well, I'm going to tell you that in a second. But the first thing I want to do is we all know I'm a little sassy. That's no secret. But how can we know if someone's using AI? What are some of the red flags? What are some of the ways that we might be able to tell? So I'm curious what kind of things that you've seen. Here are some of the dead giveaways to me. And I'm sharing this because you might want to know if someone you're interacting with on LinkedIn is using AI or a VA. And more importantly, you want to make sure you're not setting off those red flags for your investors. Now, keep in mind what I'm talking about isn't foolproof. It doesn't automatically mean that's what's going on. But here's the thing, whether a potential investor is right or wrong about these red flags, it doesn't matter because it's their perception. So if it's their perception, even subconsciously, you're setting yourself to the back of the line. Sayonara, they're going to go ahead and invest with somebody else that they feel like they can trust, or they may just leave the space altogether. Okay. So what's the first one? It's M dashes. If you aren't aware of this, you're a little bit behind, but I'll bring you up to speed here. The use of M dashes. So there are these extra long, big fat dashes that AI loves to use. And I get it. Some people are like, I've been using M dashes forever, Amy. I'm not AI. I've been using it. Great. We love that for you. Here's the reality. If you're using them in 2026, people think it's AI. So again, this kind of goes back to whether you think whether it's actually AI or not, people think that it is because AI overuses this so much. So look, people even unconsciously are going to have this sense of, I don't really trust this person. This doesn't feel real if they see M dashes. So remove that from everything you're using. So it's spelled E-M as in Mary, M dash. So what I want you to do instead, here's how to fix this, is use an N dash. N is in Nancy. It's a little bit of a shorter dash. It's the dash that you get right next to your zero, the number zero on your keyboard. Easy. Just use an N dash. So even if you're having AI write stuff for you, replace those M dashes with N dashes. So anyway, if someone's using those, more than likely, it's probably AI, and it might not be, but goodness gracious, everyone thinks it is. So that's the first one. The second is this use of, oh, it's not this, it's that. Oh, it's not, being discouraged. If actually you advocating for yourself, it's setting up this contrast. And the framework is it's not this, it's that. That is so common in AI writing. And again, whether it's your authentic voice or someone's authentic voice or not, the perception is AI commonly writes like that. It's this AI speak. And it can be a dead giveaway that that's not authentically you. So, whether you're seeing someone else use it, whether you're seeing it in your own AI writing, I would avoid it because, again, we're in the perception game. So, you may be saying, but Amy, it's my authentic voice. I'm going to keep beating this dead horse. It doesn't matter. People aren't going to take the time. They're making a snap judgment about you to grow trust with you. And we don't want to start off on the wrong foot. So the third one is using bold and italics on LinkedIn. Other than it being incredibly hard to read, the font that shows up on LinkedIn with bold and italics, especially in posts, that post is usually generated by a third party application. Nothing wrong with that inherently, but third party applications, because bold and italics are not native to LinkedIn. So that means someone's using a third party application to create the post and to publish it. Here's the deal. It's really hard to read those italics and those bold because it's a different font. But likely, if someone's using a third party software to generate posts, they're probably involving AI or a VA. You can do all sorts of things like use emojis on LinkedIn to kind of make a post stand out. You don't need to use bold and italics. It looks weird anyway. And those third party publishing applications, usually LinkedIn can tell that you're using them anyway. So, anyway, long story short, if you're seeing something that's bold and italic, it probably, on LinkedIn specifically, it probably is written by AI in some respect. Hey, let's have a quick talk. Have you noticed that the capital raising game has completely changed over the past couple of years? Are you a syndicator, a fund manager, a capital raiser that's struggling to attract investors beyond friends and family, and it's just become so difficult to raise enough money for your deals? Are you losing out on incredible real estate deals that are now showing up in the market because you're not confident that you can raise enough money from your investors to take down those deals? Or worse yet, are you even considering having to throw in the towel on your real estate business and go back to your W-2 because you're struggling to get those deals done due to lack of capital? This is why I created LinkedIn Capital Raising Secrets. It's a course where I teach you my proven 4-step system to turn strangers on LinkedIn to investors in your real estate deals. We teach you how to hack the LinkedIn algorithm so your target investors see your content, learn from you, like you, trust you, and invest with you. And that is just the beginning of what you'll learn. LinkedIn has over 1 billion users who are looking to grow their wealth, and you have a fantastic opportunity to tap into high net worth individuals to invest in your real estate deals. So in this 8-week on-demand course, we teach you how to find qualified leads and turn them into investors in your deals without feeling like a pushy used car salesman. Oof. So how do you sign up? Go to capitalraisingsecrets.com now and click apply. Fill out our application and see if you're a good fit for the course. We want to make sure that we can help you. And our course will show you how to raise millions and millions of dollars of capital from complete strangers compliantly on LinkedIn, just like I've done, so you don't have to worry about falling short on a raise again. Visit capitalraisingsecrets.com and click apply now to get more information. So those are some tip-offs that you might be able to see on LinkedIn. Obviously, overly formal and kind of distant language. I think all of us have seen the comment where it very clearly looks like someone just summarized your post and threw it into a comment. Yawn. I mean, not only is that wildly ineffective just as a practice, but the fact that it's someone's either taking a shortcut or using AI and a VA to generate comments. The goal is to build a relationship. There's no shortcutting relationships, folks. And you all know that. That's why you're here. But that kind of AI speak or AI slop is, you can pretty much tell when they're doing those summaries. So what's a fun game I like to play in the comments? You can play this game too if you like. But if you think someone is using AI or a VA to comment on your content, one of the best ways I found to poke a little bit, again, I'm a little sassy, I'm sorry, but we're on the platform all trying to build authentic relationships, might as well have some fun, is ask those comments a question back. 99% of the time, if someone has a VA who's using AI slop to create a comment on your post, they're going to have no idea how to respond and probably aren't going to respond. And that doesn't mean that that's always the case, right? This is something all of us are guilty of. Maybe we don't get a notification of a comment, so we're not able to respond. Things happen, right? So this isn't an automatic indictment that someone is using a VA and AI to comment on your content. But if you see day in and day out, they're coming on your post and they're making these weird summary or overly formal or M dash type comments, and then you ask a question back, maybe something that's kind of personal. I mean, not overly personal, but you know what I mean. Maybe something that's specific to the industry or a pretty pointed question, and they don't respond routinely. That's a nice hint. I feel bad for these people. I get it. They're trying to save time. They're trying to hack the algorithm, but they're shooting themselves in the foot. They're not building authentic relationships because guess what? Most likely these same people that are having a VA that's using AI comment on your content, they're probably doing the same in DMs. And I can't tell you the number of capital raisers, investors, fund managers, syndicators that I've talked to that have gotten on the phone with people that their VA has had conversations with, and the potential investor asks a question or makes a comment about a conversation that they've had, and oops, guess who can't remember or refer back to that conversation? The person who has someone else imitating them on LinkedIn. So don't be that person. Don't make that mistake. All right. So we talked about some of the pitfalls. We've talked about some of the downsides. We've talked about some of the ways to kind of detect if someone's using AI, but how can we properly use AI in this space? I think the best way still is to have AI help you kind of brainstorm or come up with a general format or points to cover about a given topic. So I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, hey, I want to come up with a post about XYZ. Can you help me brainstorm topics I should cover? Or, gosh, I've got all these different ideas. I need help kind of organizing this. So I think it's a great use case for AI. Now, I'll tell you, LinkedIn specifically, their platform has AI that can detect when something is written by AI. And we're starting to see patterns of LinkedIn specifically throttling or making sure content that is clearly AI doesn't get out on the platform because no one wants to read a whole bunch of posts, post after post after post that's AI slop. No one's looking for that. And LinkedIn understands that in order to keep people coming back to the platform and engaging so that they can sell advertising and make money, this is Microsoft, but you get it. Yeah, they don't want a bunch of AI content just everywhere. So if you're having AI organize things for you or brainstorm around posts, don't copy and paste directly into LinkedIn. It's going to be able to tell that it was written by AI. Use AI to inspire you, to help you organize thoughts, to make sure you don't miss, one point or something like that, and still create your own content because not only is it going to resonate better with your audience, but very likely the algorithm is going to give you an extra thumbs up if it's human written as opposed to AI written. So don't make those mistakes. But I'm excited. We're starting to see things pick up in the capital raising space here in 2026. And yeah, if you're not laying the groundwork now to make sure that you're able to fund your deals, the great deals that are going to come down the pipeline, you are going to be left behind. So I hope you're able to use some of these tips to lay the groundwork to successful increasing of your capital raising capacity. We are here to continue to help you. Hey, do me a favor. If you like this episode, share it with another capital raiser, another syndicator, another fund manager in this space so they can learn too, and we can all grow and increase our capital raising capacity together. Thanks for joining today's episode. I can't wait to see you on our next episode. Have a great day. Bye for now. Hey, if your 2025 didn't go as you planned, the question isn't what goal should I set for 2026? It should be, what should I be doing before the real estate deals show up? I just closed a 4-property portfolio in Oklahoma, 498 units. My partners and I raised $12 million. 83% of the capital that I raised came from people that I did not know 3 years ago. I didn't know most of these people just 1 year ago. Your friends and family are completely tapped out and flying all over the country, going to conferences, trying to raise capital from other people who are trying to raise capital from you. Come on, we know it's no longer working. I created a 4-step system that works to help you increase your capital raising capacity in just 90 days, to dramatically increase the number of people who know who you are, to give them the opportunity to decide whether or not they like you without doing one-on-one calls. And when they book calls with you, they say, I feel like I already know you and I'm ready to wire money to your next deal. Learn more at capitalraisengsecrets.com. That's capitalraisengsecrets.com, and apply to see if you're a good fit for our 8-week on-demand course. Looking forward to seeing you there.